Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. We want to welcome Lori Barnes Miller. She's the Development Director for the Child Advocacy Center. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you, Kelly. It's great to be here.
Yes, first let's talk about what you do there and how you help the community.
All right. Our role in the community is to provide a safe place for children to come and tell their stories about what sort of abuse they have endured. So we partner with other agencies such as Children's Division and law enforcement to provide a coordinated effort into that investigation for abuse.
I see.
That has to be a very challenging
Yes.
job because you hear stories that I personally don't want to hear.
Me too.
And that's got to be challenging for the counselors, the workers who work with you. Once they tell the story, what's the next step for the children?
Well, when they're telling their story, law enforcement, Children's Division, those agencies are there, also watching the interview. And then we also do a medical exam. So all of that is part of gathering evidence in case it goes to a full legal proceeding. So it is a very challenging thing to do, but you also realize that you're helping move that child kind of out of that dangerous situation and on the path to recovery.
And we do appreciate what you're doing. First of all, I know this last year has probably been extremely challenging to mention, but also, what about those kids that are afraid to come forward?
Well, and most of them are. They don't necessarily understand what's happening, especially if the abuse is by someone who they love. Maybe it's a parent or something like that. So it's a very difficult relationship with that. So it takes a lot for a child to disclose, and that's usually to a trusted adult, maybe a teacher or a counselor or something like that, and they haven't been around those trusted adults in the last year. So while we didn't see as many investigations during the pandemic, but the ones that we did see were more severe than usual.
Lori, that was my next question because during the pandemic, I was hearing stories all the time about how everybody was stuck at home. And sometimes that child is stuck with their abuser.
Correct.
So then it's even harder to come forward because what's the outlet?
Right, exactly. They didn't have those trusted adults to talk to. So we're anticipating that as everything gets back to whatever our new normal is, that children will start to disclose a little bit more and we'll see a very sharp uptake.
And of course, like other organizations, I know it takes money to fund this, and the last year has been just so hard for everybody. But you have an event coming up.
We do.
Let's talk about that.
We're very excited to be able to do something in person. Virtual events have worked great for lots of agencies, but we are ready to actually have people come out and do something in person, and a big adventure. So we have an event called Over the Edge, where we give participants the opportunity to rappel off the Sky 11 building downtown. So each person raises $1,000 to be able to participate, and all of that goes to help the Child Advocacy Center.
You've done that.
I have actually done it.
Yeah.
And I will be honest, I was very, very scared, but I knew it was for a good cause. And that first step was the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
But once you get off that first step, it's kind of fun, and it's for a great cause and helping kids. So once I took that first step, it was fine, but it was so much fun. How can people get involved with this?
Well, you can go visit our website, childadvocacycenter.org, and under the events tab, there is all the information about participating, becoming a rappeller, a sponsor, or even a volunteer if going over the edge is not your thing.
So if somebody is going to do that, how do they get the sponsorship?
Well, sponsorships would be like businesses doing a sponsor for the event. But the rappeller then signs up, and then we help them create a fundraising page, and sort of like a Facebook fundraiser. Then you push it out through social media, your friends and family, to get your donation. So you get sponsored by your social circles.
I see.
So when is this happening? And do you need corporate sponsors still? Can people still get on board?
Absolutely. We'll never turn away sponsors.
Okay, good.
We'll never do that. April 24th.
April
So
24th.
we're kind of on about 3 weeks or so. So it's the perfect time for people to get in there and get signed up and gather up your donations.
And do you need more rappellers as well?
We have almost 100 spots available, but we've filled half of them so far. So we're about at that time that, if you're going to get in, you better get in soon before it fills up.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is, guys, I'll just say, it is fun.
No, it is fun. And I know that what helped you, Jeremy, was the cause.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was trying to put mind over matter. I'll tell you, the first step of anything is the hardest because you're going over the side of a very, doesn't look that tall from down there, but when you get up there,
it's
Sky 11, I was like,
It
it's great.
is.
But it's for a great cause, and because of the year we had last year, it's so important. If somebody wants more information, maybe they want to sponsor somebody or get involved, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can call the office. It's 417-831-2327. Ask for Lori. I'd be happy to help you. So, and just going back to your point, lots of people go, I'm afraid of heights. I don't think I could do this. And I just have to say, the kids that that we serve every day are facing their fears,
this
standing
is
up to their abusers, those sorts of things, that as adults we can spend 15, 20 minutes facing our fears.
Good point. Very good point.
I couldn't have said that better myself. She really...
You know what? That just put that right into perspective, didn't it?
All into
Absolutely.
perspective, overcome your fears, just like the poor kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank
Lori
you.
Barnes Miller,
you.
thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
Go help right now if
Yes.
you can. Maybe we'll convince Kelly to do it.